Bodybuilding is a hard sport. Now, it's funny that we call it a sport because some people don't even call bodybuilding a sport at all. But that's going to be something that we talk about later in the video. Whenever I got started in bodybuilding, I had no idea what to expect and I had no knowledge of it at all whatsoever. And the only resource I had as far as knowledge regarding bodybuilding, the community, and how to properly do it was YouTube. I'm sorry to say, but there are way too many vague and misinformative videos on YouTube regarding bodybuilding, which is why I decided to make one. The video topic of today is going to be bodybuilding, how to get started, and what to expect starting out, as well as some tips and tricks that I wish I would have known getting started in bodybuilding. But before we dive into all that, I'm gonna go ahead and explain to y'all how the video format is gonna work. So just like last time, we're gonna do something, then we're gonna do a tip, we're gonna do something, then I'm gonna give y'all a lesson, we're gonna do one more thing, and then I'm gonna give y'all a little piece of information. That's kind of how we're gonna do this whole video, so y'all just know what to expect and how frequent y'all can expect the information. I would definitely recommend writing some of this stuff down or save this video and come back to it. A lot of this information is going to be very important, and I really want y'all to soak it up, utilize it, internalize it, and make it a part of you. Now, before we can even decide to dive into bodybuilding and the tips and expectations, it's very important to understand what exactly bodybuilding is. So let's go ahead and ask ourselves that question. What is bodybuilding? Now, bodybuilding is going to consist of three major components: the in the gym components, outside of the gym components, and the stage components. First, let's talk about the in-gym components. Now, the in-gym components are going to consist of the gym and lifting weights. Whenever you actually decide to go to the gym and lift some weights, you are actually breaking down your muscle fibers at a very, very microscopic level. And over periods of rest, recovery, and proper nutrition, those muscle fibers are going to then repair themselves, resulting in a bigger, stronger muscle, which leads to the outside the gym components, consisting of nutrition, hydration, as well as rest. Sleep, proper nutrition, and hydration are by far the most important things that you are going to need to focus on outside of the gym. And you put those two together and you lead to your stage components. The stage components are going to be the competitive side of bodybuilding. Stepping onto the stage, getting lean, posing, making a routine, perfecting those hard to get poses. That is going to be your stage competition stuff. We're probably just going to do a whole separate video on that stuff because it's very, 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 very meticulous and very hard. That's probably going to end up being a whole video in itself. Those three things put together make up bodybuilding in itself. And that is why I appreciate it so much. It's so many different things piled in to one sport. In my opinion, there's no sport that I would rather do. Now that we understand what bodybuilding is, we can finally decide to start getting into how to get started. There are going to be a few things that you need whenever you get started in bodybuilding, but the number one thing that is going to need to be readily available for you every single day is going to be some weights. For some people, they have weights at home, but for most of us, We don't have that luxury. It's very important that you find a reliable gym that you can go and work out at, preferably with free weights and cable machines, given that there are different exercises that you are going to need one or the other or both, depending on how you like to train. I know some people that only like cables. I know some people that only like free weights. Me, I like both. It's very important that you go and get a gym membership so you have somewhere to train at any given time of the day. Which leads me to the first expectation. Whenever it comes to working out, it's gonna take a significant chunk out of your day. It's very, very important to set at least 45 minutes to 2 hours every single day aside so that you can go to the gym, so that you can work out. That time is gonna be very, very, very vital if you actually want to start bodybuilding. Now that we've gone over one of the things that you need to get started and one of the expectations, we're going to go ahead and start getting ready for the gym so that we can get into more tips, expectations, and things that you need to know whenever it comes to starting bodybuilding. Without further ado, let's go get a pre-workout snack and let's get to the gym. We are now here at the gym. We've got a chest and tricep day to look forward to. Super, super excited. We're gonna get some warm-up sets in, then we're gonna get some actual working sets in, and then I'm gonna come at y'all with another tip or expectation or something to get y'all started. So let's do some bench. What I'm going to come at you guys with next is going to be an expectation. Don't expect to put on a crazy amount of size right off the bat. In about 2 weeks, you'll be able to see a difference, and anything after that is going to start coming slower and slower, and by about the 6-month period, you'll feel like you're about to plateau. Do not quit. Just keep going and stay consistent, which is what we're going to talk about next after we do some pec decks. As long as you stay consistent and as long as you don't give up after you're starting to reach that plateau, I guarantee you, you will start to see more results. It's just going to come with time. Now we're going to talk about consistency. Consistency is by far going to be your best friend. If you stay consistent with absolutely everything that you do, I can guarantee you, you're going to get yourself results 10 times faster. It doesn't matter how you feel, it doesn't matter if you're sick, it doesn't matter if you're feeling great. Always approach everything with the same mentality. I have to get this done. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. That's from hydration to food to your exercises. Absolutely everything needs to be approached with the mentality that you are going to do it no matter what. Don't view it as in, I'm going to drag myself through it. View it as in, this is what I was going to do anyway. That's the next tip, to stay consistent. And of course, there are in-depth things that you need to go into whenever it comes down to it, just to know that you're doing it correctly. But we are going to do whole separate videos on those things so we can know exactly how to approach doing that consistency. That's another thing to take into account. Stay consistent with everything no matter what, and you will be A-okay. So sadly, I wasn't feeling too good on incline like I normally do. I normally do incline dumbbells. I normally work up to about 55 or 60 pound dumbbells, but today I just wasn't feeling it. Why? I'm not too sure. I usually hit upper chest on my arm days anyway. So I'm just going to wait till then so I can effectively hit it and get a good amount of work in. But we just moved straight to triceps after doing a set of flies. And I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all another tip and expectation since we didn't do the exercise that we were hoping to. But y'all can be ready for another tip though. Those 102.5 pound tricep push downs go crazy. This next tip that I have for you guys, if you're skinny like I was, start off with like a 2-year bulk. I've been in the gym for 3 years and I'm still bulking. You need to put a sizable amount of mass on before you can even think about stepping on stage. This is kind of a short one, but bulk, just bulk. Eat above your maintenance calories, 1 to 2 grams of protein per body weight, maybe 500 grams of carbs, 600 grams of carbs, 700 grams of carbs. Just do it. Get that food in. Fats, sugars, dirty carbs, all your best friend. So bulk for 2 years straight if you're planning on bodybuilding, because you ain't got a choice. We've been feeling pretty good tricep wise today. I've had a couple of issues with my elbow, but other than that, I've just stretched it out and we've been feeling a lot better. I think that concludes the workout, but I still have a couple of more tips for you guys. So I'm just gonna kind of run through those really fast whenever I get to my truck. If y'all also want an in-depth video of how to actually get started with bodybuilding, I can actually do a step-by-step video of things that you will need to do regarding where you're at, and I will get in depth concerning body types, body weights, and different starting places. So if that's a video that y'all want to see, I can go ahead and do one of those as well. This next tip is crucial to bodybuilding, and in a way, it makes bodybuilding everything that it is. Make sure to practice your posing. Posing is essential if you're trying to compete. I really recommend going to YouTube and watching guys like Chris Bumstead, Terrence Ruffin, and all the other great bodybuilders that compete in the Olympia. Watch how they pose. Look at what they do. Practice that fluidity. I can't emphasize this enough either. Yes, hybrid poses are fun, but make sure you get good at the bare essentials. Front double bicep, lat spread, quarter turn, back lat spread, back double bicep, side chest. Those poses are going to be some of the most important poses that you are most definitely going to need to learn. Those poses will also make or break your bodybuilding game, which is why they are so dang important. And who cares who's watching you? If people want to make fun of you for posing, let them. Are they working as hard as you are? Probably not. So that's another one that I've got for you guys. Make sure to practice your posing. This next tip, I can't emphasize enough either. Make sure you're drinking a crap ton of water. I'm talking 2 gallons a day. You might be asking yourself, why so much? Your muscles, these things right here, are 70% water. And in order for them to function effectively and recover effectively, water is gonna be your best friend. Not only will your pumps be better, your endurance will be better, your strength will go up, and your quality of life will just increase overall because of the amount of water that you're drinking. That's another one that I can't emphasize enough, is drink a lot of water. This tip is going to be apparent whenever you start getting serious about it. A lot of people are going to try to tell you that bodybuilding isn't a real sport. Now, as much as those people are entitled to their opinions, All that matters is how you feel about bodybuilding. If you feel as though bodybuilding is a true sport, then it's a true sport. You're putting in the work, you're putting in the hours, and you're putting in the effort. And that is all that matters. Friend of mine, don't worry about it. Regardless of what people tell you, which most people that don't go to the gym for bodybuilding generally will not respect it. Some people do, some people don't. All that matters is how you feel about it. And if you feel good about it and you're confident with what you're doing, then keep doing what you're doing. And what everybody else says doesn't matter. Now, this last tip that I have for you guys is the most important, which is why I put it last. Given the gym community nowadays, we have all these huge guys in bodybuilding like Chris Bumstead, Sam Sulik, Shizzy, and I could name 100 others. One common thing about these guys is they're absolutely massive. They're very, very influential. The younger generation is the audience that these guys are preaching to. We want to look like them as much as we can, as fast as we can, and we want to be as closest to their level as possible. We know that not every single influencer out there that is that big, I can't speak for all of them, but I can speak for most of them, are not natural. That leads me into the last tip. Stay natural for as long as you can. I'm talking until you start seeing yourself regress in the gym. Consider staying natural. Being natural is by far one of the most respectable things in bodybuilding. Nowadays, every other person is on gear. And I'm not saying that being on gear is bad, but being on gear comes with a ton of side effects that most of the time we are not going to be ready for. Gynecomastia, low testosterone, testicular atrophy, roid rage, acne, and so many other issues that I could go on and on about that I just don't have the time for. If you are getting into bodybuilding, consider staying natural, because not only are you saving yourself, but you're saving your future as well. And on top of that, if you end up looking absolutely insane, you can be like, hey, yeah, I'm natty, and people are going to respect you. I can promise you that. I think that concludes the video. This video was a joy to make, considering it was a chest day. I know I'm not that strong, but I'm a bodybuilder, so I mean, I don't really care about strength. If you made it to this part of the video, I want to give you a huge thank you for watching. And if you liked this video, drop a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. I'm going to try to upload every Saturday as usual, and I'm going to try to put out some shorts for you guys as well. And if y'all want to go view my TikTok as well, it's going to be the_dog2025. I believe, I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. My business email is also going to be in my bio. If y'all have any content ideas, or if there's any specific topics that y'all want to see me do a video on, go ahead and send me an email, and I'll go ahead and do my best. My Instagram is also in my bio as well. In case y'all want to shoot me a DM, consider dropping a follow, and go ahead and look at all the content that I make. It was great making this video for you guys. Had a joy making it. Now, as always, God bless and peace.